What's poppin', mammals? You are live and electrified with the ISO radio. If you were on last week, then you know this week's segment is Smooth True Lyrics. Meaning, this is the segment of my life in which I spill out to you the song of my life, a section of the song of my life, and hopefully you learn from it. Hopefully it brings you some amusement, and the most important one for me, hopefully it never happens again.
Don't ever do that again.
If you were listen to last week's story, you know this week's story is about how I almost got fired from a position. So I got 8 disciplinary reports in 5 weeks.
You what?
How do I know that? Well, I was logging it in this diary. It's not a journal diary. No, I take it back. Journal, it's not a diary journal. I have to say, this story is going to go all over the place.
No! God, please, no!
So, if you're going to try to stay linear, I would advise you to put your protractor away. I gotta go everywhere, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to make it all come together at the end. Like a fruit roll-up.
Fun fruit roll-ups we roll out with next.
This starts all the way back to about 2019, January 2019. Yeah. So I was hired for a position that, again, allowed me to travel the world frequently. And in traveling the world frequently, I got to do things that most people on average probably don't do. Now, before I entered this position, since even in college, I had been in positions that gave me the freedom and liberty to go and do what I chose at that time.
Hey, yo, maybe it's time to stop procrastinating and go get a job, you feel me?
So I would choose my working hours, and I would kind of show up. When I was on the job, I would give it 100%, no doubt. No one has anything negative to say about me on the job, but it was never about my on-job performance. It was always about how I would get to the performance, the pre-performance, you know? And so, again, I took that same kind of mentality into this next position. I'm gonna coin something in this segment, meaning it wasn't a wise decision. And so I'm gonna start early with saying, taking that mentality to this new job, it wasn't a wise decision. So, I say all that to say, all right, first day on the job, I get there. I meet my manager. It was a Latino woman.
How you doing?
And I meet my assistant manager, who was, I don't remember if he was Russian or Ukrainian. Yeah, I can't remember. He was one of those two for sure. So anyway, I meet them, and again, I'm new. I've never done a position like this before, people. So my attitude is like a kid who kicks his first soccer goal. I was ecstatic. So I'm ecstatic. So they begin to show me around, show me different parts of this new position. All right, this is that. Show me to where I'll be living. So I'm happy as heck. So they pair me with like 2 or 3 other people because we were all new. And so, you know, the other 2 people had done a similar position before, so they were teaching us or whatever. And so, and again, people, I try to be wise as much as I can, excuse me. But sometimes it doesn't really click. So one of the people that I was with said, hey, this new manager, I had other people that have worked with her. They said she's pretty strict. Now again, I've only interacted with this manager for about, on average, not trying to be too lengthy, probably more or less around, I don't know, 123 seconds. So I'm thinking in 123 seconds, I know all there is to know about this Latino woman. And I said, no way. This woman's probably amazing. She was the nicest woman I've ever met. It wasn't a wise decision. Anyway, we keep fast forward. Go back to real time. So I'm with the 3 other people I'm training with. And so we go get the things we need to start the next shift, all right? So, me, again, I come from a background where I kind of go to work when I want to. The next day, they said, listen, this is how schedules work. They give you your schedule at the end of each day. So your schedule for the next day, you would get the day previously at nighttime. I believe it was after 7 o'clock. All right? So, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that just means if you want a schedule, you'll go get a schedule. No, that did not what that mean. That meant get a schedule every afternoon. Every evening, so you know what you're doing the next day.
Don't forget it!
So the first day, your guy Maestro here said, oh, I'll get a schedule later. I'm taking it all in. So I don't get a schedule, and I asked someone, hey, can you tell me what time I work tomorrow? So they told me. So I come moseying on in. The time was 8 o'clock in the morning. When you say 8 o'clock in the morning to me and the mind frame I was in, it meant get there before 9 o'clock.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So, in my mind, as long as I got there before 9 o'clock, even though this thing said 8 o'clock, I was going to be fine. Not fine. So, I'm moseying, people looking at me, hey, you're late. I said, oh, I'm not late. You guys just got here a little bit earlier than I did.
Oh my God, he's an idiot.
It wasn't a wise decision. After the meeting that we had, my manager came up to me and she said, hey, I just want to speak with you. I'm thinking she's going to say, hey, you're new, you just can't do that. Yeah, no, that's not what happened. So, walked into her office. She sat me down in a chair that had one of those chairs that you could do this, spin all the way around, and then come back. Anyway, she sits me down. She said, hey, listen, you can't show up late. I say, all right, cool. So she says, hey, well, because of this, I know you're new, we're going to log our conversation. So that means they want a stump. They want a foundation in which they want to track when you bark up the wrong way, when you go into the wrong direction, when you leave a bad impression on them at that time. This document she had me, this log that she wanted was called a POL. And so in these POLs, it would list what we talked about and basically what I did wrong. Now, how POLs came up to me was just, we're talking. No disciplinary action was coming with it. It was just a talk. Hold on to that. She said, hey, listen, I need you to sign right here to say we talked, da-da-da. So, all right, fine, sign it. Boom, no big deal. All right, now I knew late was not a thing to do. So I said, all right, I won't be late consistently. Maybe every once in a while. Never consistently. That's out the book.